Alright guys, before we go, a lot of you know that I'm an Amazon affiliate and Prime Day 2022 is actually going to be July 12th and the 13th. So for you guys, I have a special link for you guys. If you'd like to try Prime for free for 30 days, please use my link in the description below. I've also made a Google Drive link that has a document full of my parts list. Most of the things I actually got on Amazon, so if you'd like to get Prime and purchase some of the items that I have, that would help the channel grow so much. I do forward all of my proceeds back into the build and educate you guys, so none of this goes to waste. Just wanted to make that quick announcement. Thanks for watching, thanks for purchasing if you are. That's it guys, peace. What is up guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Kenny, aka Texas BIS, and today we're doing a pretty cool video. It's more RGB stuff, but yeah, I haven't seen much on this car yet. It is actually an ambient lighting kit that has been sponsored to me by Iric Tan over at YZG Stereo. She's the one that sent me the CarPlay and stuff, the version 1 and version 2, so pretty nice products. And she just recently sent me this ambient lighting kit. It consists of the thin strips of ambient lighting, Footwell lighting, door handle lights, and the little cubby cup holder lights. So yeah, I'm gonna be installing that today, and then we're gonna be showing you how it looks on the 3IS itself. Let's check out the contents of the box first. First thing you'll see is a bunch of wires, but don't worry guys, it's not too complicated. I'm gonna walk y'all through everything exactly, so we'll take things out one by one. First thing we grabbed is just these bunch of cables. These are basically each plug into their own basically controller, one for the driver side, passenger side, rear passenger, and rear driver. So basically each one of these little RGB connectors right here, these three are the same. It's like building a PC, you know? And this plugs into the controller. I'm not sure if I said that, but yeah, there's 4 of these, one for each seat. As you can see, they're bundled up exactly the same, 3 and 4. So we'll just set those aside. These are just connectors from the lights to the controllers. Then we have this main power source. This plugs into the master controller, and these two are going to lights. This one's going to the fuse box for some power, and the black is ground. Each lights are organized into their own little bags. So yeah, these are the door handle lights, so they'll just illuminate the lights any color instead of just the white light that's on the car from factory. And you can see the RGB plugs right there. Next bag here, this is the Footwell lighting. It's not going to be the strip itself, it's just going to be some LEDs in here that illuminate through a lens. And of course these have the RGB plugs also, female plugs, Footwell lights, one for each seat. Same thing for the handle. Driver, passenger, rear passenger. Then the storage box lights, you can pretty much put these anywhere because on this vehicle, the Lexus IS, only map pockets on the driver, front side driver and front passenger. There is no map pocket for the rear doors at all. So we'll figure out if we're gonna use these or not. Set that aside. These are the controllers itself. So like I said, these bigger pins on each connector, they just plug and play straight into the controllers here. So one for each seat, and then the master controller right here. Then we have this other controller. I'm pretty sure this is just like a on and off switch. This plugs straight into this one, the master wiring harness here. As you can see, there's that pin. It's just two pin connector right there. And then this is for the Footwell lighting extension also. I labeled them. I actually used Google Lens app to translate each one of these, and I wrote on them to show me which one's front left, front right, whatever. But I don't think it matters because it's going to be all in sync. That's all the wires. Pretty simple, plug and play. And then right underneath that, we have the lighting itself for the ambient lighting. These are their very thin model ones, so there's 4, one for each door in here, and then there's a longer one that's for the dash. And then it comes with a drill bit because the door handle ones will require like a little hole so this can peek through. But we're gonna do that nice and cleanly and hide them and make it look flush. This is gonna be a fuse tap method, so we're gonna do the one under the driver's side. So just like any other install with fuse tap, you have to ground these things. See the ground right here, and we need a grounding spot, so I will lift this plastic here. I believe it starts up here. Yeah, there's a little indentation right here where you can put pull on, and then the rest of the plastic just comes out. So if we remove this plastic that was all right here and up there, we just move this over, and you see those white wires right there, this one right in front. Basically that is the ground straight down there, and that will be a 10mm. Alright guys, so I just found the power source for the fuse tap. Obviously we need the ground, which I showed y'all was down there. You can ground anywhere that has metal to metal contact. I just chose down there. The wire is actually pretty long. And then the fuse tap, basically I removed the number 10 amp fuse from ignition 1 right here. Ignition 1 is sandwiched between ignition 2, which is another 10 amp, and then a 20 amp for the TI and TE. I just took out the fuse. It fits right there. Oh nice. I'm not even sure if y'all could see that. It's just poking out right there. Of course, we're gonna tuck this inside the carpet so we won't trip over it when we apply our parking brake. But yeah, that gives us power, and once we have that in, I plugged in the master controller, which is this bigger box right here. It even says master on the back. It only plugs in one way and clicks in. And then on one of the other ends here, I plugged in the main ambient lighting strip, which is the larger one. And just to show you that it works, this is actually powering on white. So whenever I turn on the car, the ignition, it turns on like so. This is my first time actually looking at the ambient lighting strip, and it's pretty even all the way throughout. As you can see, that's pretty cool. Basically, this controller will communicate with the other smaller controllers and sync them together. So now we're inside the car. We have this main strip. I think it's like, shoot, I want to say 3 or 4 feet long. It can reach across the dash, but the thing about the Lexus 3IS is that the dash gets cut off from here because the cluster is sticking out, and then this whole dash is protruding out also. So we have to find a way to route this. I know some people did the one that goes in here, up here, and up down here, but it's too many like hard bends, and I don't think it looks too clean in my opinion. What I was envisioning was actually putting it right here where this silver piece is. We have to remove the screen. If you have this 10.25, it clicks in and out of its spot, and then you can pull on this plastic piece. It's just clipped into the dash right here. If you have the OEM screen and you want to do it like me, you're going to have to remove this plastic piece right here, this trim piece, and then there's I think 2 10 mils right here and right here to remove the screen out. Alright, so I think I have my setup now. So you can see it's just following the trim piece right here. It's all tucked in. Yeah. I'm not sure how I like how this corner looks right here, but there's the LED right there, so that's why it's kind of bending at that angle. But I think when it's illuminated, it won't look too bad. The wire ends right here, so we have to find a way to get this wire to the extension. You need to remove this bottom piece right here. You just grab a leverage of it and then pull it down, like so. it's just gonna be dangling down a little bit like that. And now the instrument cluster right here can remove if you just pry from underneath right here. There's like a little letter that says 4L right there. But once we pop it, we have access for wires to slip in through right there. Plug it into the end of this ambient strip right here. And then we're just gonna snake it through underneath this cluster panel right here. You hear it click. I'm gonna tuck everything away under and behind the cluster. And once it's snaked through, we just clip everything back. And it comes out down here. Pretty simple. Now we can put everything up here back. They gave us these Footwell lights here. We're just gonna double tape this one on the bottom. So yeah, it doesn't come with 3M tape, so you have to buy your own. Gonna put 2 under the rear driver's seat so the rear passengers can have lighting too. And then these 2 under the footwell. I'm gonna point all these wires towards the center of the car. That's where I'm gonna have the wiring management come from, is from the center. This is basically the longer extension that connects. You remember the ambient one that we just did? Extra one is for the footwell lighting. So the footwell lighting has 4 that connect together and then it just leads to 1 power, which is this right here. Yep, right there is fine. Okay, now that we have all the footwell lighting just dangling there, could run this cable management to access each corner. These are all male connectors for the lights, and then the female one connects to that extension one that we connected to the ambient and the master lighting control. Okay, so I've got the driver's side one plugged in here with the footwell harness, and then the passenger side one I have to pass through the under the radio here, straight across. I just wanted to show y'all this because it's kind of difficult to understand, but it's right there. All right, so to begin the front doors, I'm doing the passenger side door right now. We need to remove the door panel, so you're gonna have to take out this light right here. There's a Phillips head right here with the rubber protector, and then inside the handle right here, there's a plastic piece that you'll remove, and that'll reveal, I think, 2 Phillips heads. And then there's 1 plastic piece right here with 1 Phillips head back there. So we'll start by the bottom. You can use a flathead or just this trim piece remover. And I'm gonna pry this piece out. Like so. 2 Phillips heads in there. And then this one, I like to just pry from the locker here. And that's 1 Phillips head right there. So now we can use our Phillips screwdriver and remove these. 2 silver ones are in here. They're very long. Just like this. Just like that. And then the black one is up here. And the handle to open the door, like this. And then we have to remove the window switch controller. And this has a release connector also. Set this aside. Let's begin. I like to start from the corners and the bottom. Just give it a nice tug. There we go. That's how it should look. There's a hard bend right here, but once we put on this window thing back on, it's gonna cover it, so you won't really see that hard bend. It's just that straight line coming out of there. And now we have the install of the door handle light and then the map light down here. So we're gonna have to wire that up, and then we need a power source to power these. We are provided with a drill bit because we have to drill a hole for the lights up here and the light and the map door. So let's just drill it real quick and then I'll show y'all how those look. I have this wired drill. I do need to upgrade, get a wireless DeWalt one, but yeah. We're just going in right over here. Just that much. You don't need to go in all the way because you might, I don't know, go through something. Just a little bit. The hole is just peeking right there. Doesn't hurt it at all, but the light will peek through that. And then now the map door one, you could either do it back here or up here. Of course the speaker is right here, but there's actually more room here than this spot, because over here on this back side, the map pocket is actually some foam deadening or whatever, sound deadening back here, so there's kind of no room for me to reach and install it right there. But yeah, I think it'll look cooler in here, because if you have a water bottle in here, it'll still shine through. Now we're going to need one of each of everything from the kit. So just the regular atmosphere lamp controller. Like I said, this goes into each door. There's double-sided tape that they provide. And then there's a wiring harness for it, which has a bunch of pins on it. There is this black and yellow cable here. It comes with the connector on the end, but our car doesn't have that. It's not plug and play, so we have to cut this off, strip it a little bit, and we're going to be tapping into the OEM light up here. Big connector goes into here. I just explained this one, put that aside. These three are basically just the light connectors. So this one of these will go to the strip, another one will go to the door handle light, and then the last one will go to the map pocket light. Ambient strip here. This has the 4-pin connector here. And then this one is the map pocket light. This has the diffuser that makes the light spread out even more. So yeah, this one will go down here. And then this one is the door handle light. It has a double-sided tape right there already. So that little hole that we just drilled, it has a little protruding light, so it could spread out inside this little area also. So it'll just go from the top down, and it's gonna be sitting flush, so you won't even see it. Now we just lift up vertically. It's gonna be a little snug, but it'll come out. Front one's out, back one's out. Just like that. There's a connector for the light up here. You just want to push the tab and pull it down just like that. This controller needs a power source. So it did have a pin connector that looked like this clear thing here, but I just cut it off because it doesn't plug in here. It doesn't plug and play, it doesn't fit. We need T-tap connectors. The yellow is going to be the positive and the black is going to be negative, and we're just tapping into these wires here. So they have a off-white and then or a yellow and then a black, so we just color match those, and that'll give us the power. Now we'll grab this connector here, and it's just gonna sit inside of the metal piece like that. Close it up and then pinch it with the crimper or pliers, it doesn't matter, whatever you have. That should work. There we go. And then we're gonna need our harness now. We're gonna take our powers, and these will get the other end of the T connector. So this will go straight into here, metal to metal contact. There's metal all in there, and you just pinch this tube right here so it can grab on. So I made mine a little bit extra long. We're just gonna bend it in half and then twist it up again, just like that. So that will go straight through the tube. So all this metal is going to be right in the middle, and we just crimp it up. See, that's how it'll look. All crimped up. Won't take out, and we'll do that same thing to the negative wire here. So now our harness is all ready to be plug and play. So yeah, yellow to yellow, black to black, simple as that. Just like that. Now we got power for the module, and we just plug in each light once we have them installed. So now I just showing y'all the inside of the door panel here. So this right here is actually the handle, so the top part of the door, and I drilled the hole just next to this yellow light. What we're gonna need is this light here. One has the door handle light. See, it's a little protruding, and the double-sided tape. So we'll just remove that and just shove it right down the hole. Hole is right there, and it fits well. Just gonna hold it down for a couple of seconds so that it could adhere. And then, like I said, these, all three of the plugs like this will plug into the harness. That little clear circle right there, that's where it is. And then the next one, you see the hole right there. That's where the other light is going through. This one, we have to separate this plastic piece because this circle will go through the hole first, and then it'll meet this piece on the other side. So yeah, just simply separate them by pulling it apart. Trying to do it with one hand here, just like that. And then we'll just plug this to the other end of that diffuser light. Just like that. Going back to the controller, we have these 3 plugs, and they simply just plug in each one. Just like that. 3 wires. 1, 2, 3. Going to the master controller, that's plugged in, and then the power source that's tapped into the OEM lighting. Now we just need to plug this back into the OEM lighting plug right here. And now we got everything all wired up. I just set the door panel back on. I didn't clip it back in or screw anything back in just because, you know, it's a trial and error for installations like these, because if you put it all back together and it doesn't work, it's it's just going to be a pain in the butt to just remove it all again. So yep, it should sync automatically with the master controller wired up, which is the main dash one. I remember I did the driver's side one before. So there goes the dash. And this one actually turned on. It's white right now. As you can see, before I put everything back together, I did double side 3M tape the controller right there into that little triangle patch of the door panel, and then all the wires are just, I'm not going to zip tie it, it's just going to stay against here. It'll be fine. Everything is back together. Just don't forget the reverse process, pretty much that screw right there, the light. There is 2 screws in here, the silver ones with the black cover, and then 1 black screw in here with a black cover, and then plug this controller back in. Okay, so this one is going to be pretty interesting because there is no door handle light from factory on this. We can't just tap into the regular black and yellow plugs. So yeah, we have the window switch pin here for the rear. Now, the wires that we're tapping into on this pin is this, if we're looking at it from the button on the bottom, this striped one, white and black striped one, is going to be your ground, so our black is going to go to that one. And then above this red wire is the gray wire, and we're going to put the yellow one to that one. You can use the T-tap connectors for this one also, but my T-tap connectors are too thick. These wires are too thin, so I'm basically just going to score these wires and then wrap this around and then electrical tape them. So yeah, let me do that real quick just to show y'all how it looks and exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, I just want the metal exposed there. The copper is just peeking through. Just cutting the wire here. Not all the way through, just exposing the wire itself. The black one is going to go to the white and black stripe one, so we're just wrapping it all around there. Now from here, you have the option to solder them together just so they don't move. It's basically like welding but for electrical things. So yeah, I'm just doing whatever people have at their house readily available. I do have a soldering iron, but electrical tape works just fine. Just like that. This is to the window trim connector, and now we're plugging each one of these into the light sources. The longer one, I've been putting it on the bottom one, which is the map light, using the one with 4 characters for the ambient lighting so that all can be synced together when we do the separate ambient lighting, and then using this 3 one on the door handle one. And there we go, all the lights are on. So yep, it's just a matter of putting everything back together. I kind of don't want to wait till nighttime because, I mean, if these light up during daytime, you already know like the output that it's gonna put during nighttime. So it's gonna be super bright and everything like that. To help mimic it a little bit, I put my sunshade up, and I know light is still shining through the windows, but this side is still dark. So whenever it's off, you can see the strips. Obviously it's white, so You're gonna see it. Once it's tucked in, you won't be able to feel it or anything. I mean, if you're looking at it from way over here, you can't even tell, like, oh, there's an ambient strip over there or back there. I have my app here. Once again, the app I will leave in the description below. It's called I-AT lamp, and it just syncs by itself whenever you go to the settings. There's a Bluetooth page, and that'll help you connect it and sync it together.
Expand.
As you can see, it turns on right away, pretty quickly.
Laser.
And on first boot, for me, it started just a white light. Even the door handle in there, it's illuminating nicely. And then the mat pocket, the floor lamps there, pretty cool. And then the back strips are working also. So no matter what color I pick here, it's just gonna go to it automatically. So we're gonna red. Well, that's pretty orange, but this is red. There. Even the floor, and the mat pocket light, door handle light. Yeah, all the colors. You could mess with the wheel. There's some presets here. Blue, purple. Yeah, the partial discoloration. So the bottom, if you change it the way I wired it, it's gonna change the ambient lighting strip and then the floor lights. So as you can see, our dash is still teal. The cup light is teal. The handle is teal. And then the ambient lighting on the sides are yellow. All around. This is pretty cool. And just to see in the daylight, I will remove this so y'all can see how it looks. For those who are wondering, some people ask me on Instagram how it looks during the day. That's how it looks. It's very bright. That's pretty cool. Of course, there's other modes. Just like my starlights, there's the breathing mode where it just breathes in and out of colors, music, strobes, whatever, if you like that. But I like it steady on, so I'll just leave it on whatever color I'm feeling. Also, one more thing, you can also change the brightness of the light strips here. I don't know why I didn't tell all that, but clearly the option is there. If it's too bright, you could turn it down. That's actually the lowest setting there. Which is still kind of nice, still bright. And then the max brightness, if you want that loud. Goes perfect with the starlights, I think. And I love how everything syncs with the door handles and the mat pocket light. That's pretty much it for the video, guys. I'd like to give a huge shout out to IRIC for sponsoring this video. She's helped me along the whole way of the build, basically of a daily driving IS. I have now like 105,000 miles. She hooked me up with the Apple CarPlay 10.25-inch screen, and then now the ambient lighting. So I pretty much have an unstoppable daily, and we're just gonna run it until it stops running. Well, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. IRIC just wanted me to showcase the ambient lighting kit on the Lexus 3IS platform, since I don't think anyone has done it yet, or not that I've seen on Instagram or YouTube. So I've installed it for you guys just to show you that it was possible for just DIY wannabe, I don't know, YouTuber, mechanic, whatever. Huge shout out to IRIC Tan for sponsoring this video. Been a part of the build for a long time. She's helped me with the first version of Apple CarPlay. Now we're on the second one, and then the ambient lighting kit. So yeah, huge recognition for you, IRIC. Thank you so much. Also, we are coming up on 2,000 subscribers, and I think I've been on YouTube for 2 years now. So what better way for celebrating 2 years on YouTube with 2,000 subscribers? I really appreciate everybody that's been supporting me from the beginning. Even if you've just now jumped in, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for watching the video and supporting. We are partnering with a few companies that are going to help me out with a giveaway for 2,000 subscribers. I will give more details whenever we get closer to that 2,000 mark. If you want this kit, everything is linked in the description below from IRIC Tan. You can contact her on Facebook or Instagram, and then I'll leave the link to purchase also in the description below. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to message me or Iric. Let her know that I sent you. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Commenting if you comment, subscribing if you subscribing. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Peace.